Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Happy Halloween! I'm posting this on Halloween, and so I hope you all are having a wonderful Halloween weekend, a wonderful Halloween, or I hope that you had a great Halloween and that you all stayed safe. Today is currently the spookiest day of spooky season, and I'm so sad that it has come so fast, but I'm so happy that it's here. You guys know that I love Halloween, and I love all the spooky things, especially horror movies and horror video games. So with that being said, this is my final spooky season build. I know I didn't do too many of them, but this is the last one that I will be uploading as a speed build to YouTube. If you want to see all of my other spooky season builds that did not make it into a YouTube video or into a speed build, those are all on my origin gallery page on The Sims 4. You can go see them on my gallery page. They've been up there for a while. And also, if you want to keep up with all of the builds that I've been building, if you want to be the first one to see the new builds and download them into your game, make sure you follow me on the gallery on The Sims 4, because you'll be able to see them all first, and you'll be able to see all the builds that I end up not making into speed builds. So go do that if you're not yet following me on the gallery. You can see all my builds there. You can download all my builds there and play with them in your game, and it's a lot of fun. So thank you guys so much for clicking on this video and joining me today. I know it's been a little bit since I did a voiceover for speed build, but I decided I would do one for today's video since it is Halloween and since this video is only a little bit over 20 minutes. So basically today, what I'm building for you guys is a Gothic farmhouse build. So if you're not very familiar with this style of home, it's kind of like a Victorian meets like farmhouse style, basically. It's pretty straightforward. So I wanted to make it look a little like spooky from the outside. I don't think I made it spooky enough, but I liked the way it turned out, and I liked how cute it looked, and I liked using a lot of the red. I used the Strangerville windows, and I definitely don't think I've used them in this red swatch, like, ever. Normally when I use these windows, I will use the other colors like the light blue or the light yellow, but I felt like the red really fit this build a little bit better, just because I was going for, you know, the Gothic farmhouse style. I wanted it to be a little bit darker, so I didn't want to use all straight white windows. So I felt like the red really brought it out a little bit, and it made it look a little bit more Halloween-esque, I guess. So the basic layout of the house, I think, actually turned out really nice. I didn't really plan this build before I started building it and recording it, so I just kind of went with a few little bump outs, and then I added on that second story, since I felt like it looked a little bit better with a second floor versus just being one floor. So I believe this build is 2-bedroom and 1 bathroom, if I remember. I built this a while ago, so sorry if I'm wrong, but I think it's 2-bedroom, 1 bathroom. And all of it is upstairs. The downstairs has a kitchen, a dining room, a seating area, and a living room. So downstairs area is pretty big. It's on the bigger side, and then I just didn't really fit in a whole lot of bedrooms up there. So I believe I furnished the second bedroom as a kid's bedroom, and it's got 2 beds in it, so 2 Sims can share the 1 bedroom up there, and then there's the parents' bedroom that I created up there as well. So I'm adding a tiny little graveyard kind of thing in this little corner of the backyard. I didn't really know what else to put here, but I felt like it worked nice with that like back porch area, since I put 2 little staircases back there. So it definitely gives the house a little bit more mystery. Like, you know, why does this house have a random graveyard in the backyard? Or maybe it's a family graveyard. I mean, it's pretty small, but it's there. So I don't know. So if you guys end up downloading this house and doing some gameplay with it, make up your own story with that. It's definitely unique, I would say, for not a whole lot of space on a lot to have a little graveyard cemetery, but it fit nice back there. So whatever you guys want to do with it, fit it into your story, and let me know on my gallery build for this, or leave me a comment in this video if you plan on using this house for any of your gameplay. I would love to know and hear about how you guys are using the house and your storyline with it. So the stairs for this house were difficult. It definitely took me a while to fidget around with it to try and figure out a good layout so that the stairs weren't right up against the front door, but they also weren't taking up so much floor space upstairs. So I think this was the best layout I could fit for them. I wanted to do the full U-shaped stair, but it just really wasn't gonna work with the layout. So I just had to do the little L-shaped stair, and it fits really nice in there and it looks cute. So in this first entryway part of the house is gonna be the seating area, which originally I was gonna make the living room, but then I just didn't want a TV to be right there in the entryway. So this first little spot here is a seating area, and then right next to it is the dining room. And I definitely feel like this house looked a lot better with it being divided up a little bit with some walls versus just being so open. I definitely feel like in these style of like older houses, it works better to really divide up the space with walls and arches, which normally I would say, like, yes, do open concept whenever you can, because it looks so much better when it's just open floor plan, you know. But for this kind of house, I would say the opposite. I would say closed off space makes it a lot more homey and comfortable, and it just makes a little bit more sense with the style of the house. So my original plan was actually to kind of create, like, I guess I wanted this to be a vampire home, based on like the decorations and stuff that I put in here, but I really didn't furnish it to be for a vampire, like, I know it sounds confusing. So I put up decorations that would make it seem like a vampire lives here, but I didn't add like any coffins or anything. I didn't add like that stand-up book table that came with the vampires pack either. I definitely furnished the inside so it would be a little bit on the dark side, spooky, dark aesthetic. Used a lot of stuff from the vampire pack, but didn't furnish it for vampires specifically, I guess. So if you do want this to be a vampire home, just like add on a basement or something and add in some coffins, and you'll be good to go for that. But seriously, I really loved how this build turned out. I definitely think, especially with like the landscaping I did, the landscaping on this build is like one of the better landscaping builds that I've done so far. Like, normally landscaping it looks okay. Like, I'll do landscaping on every build, and sometimes I'm like, meh, it's okay, it could be better, and sometimes I'm like, okay, this looks decent. But on this house, I feel like I did a really good job without making it too green and not too floral. I think I did like the perfect mix and it ended up looking really good. So I'm actually really proud of myself with the landscaping on this one and really filling in the lot with trees and foliage and stuff. But besides that, I was definitely trying to keep the inside like a little bit neutral with like the walls, and then bring in a little bit of darker colors when it came to like chairs and couches and rugs and stuff like that. But it definitely did turn out really great, and I feel like this house would actually work really well as like, I don't know, maybe some sort of like a magic. Well, I did build this in Glimmerbrook, the Realm of Magic pack, but I feel like this house would work good as like almost like a magic shop kind of place. Like, I know that it's a whole house, but like when you think of cute little shops that you find in like random towns, I feel like they're almost always inside of some old house. So this house I feel like could be really cute if you took out the dining room and stuff and turned it into like one big magic store, like potions, brooms, all that kind of stuff, and just created the upstairs to be like the living space for whoever owns the shop. So that could work as well, and it's definitely big enough for that sort of thing. And that would be really cool also, since it's already on a Glimmerbrook lot. You could have some magic sims living here. So this little spot right here is what I ended up creating to be the living room. I also noticed that I used quite a lot of green in this house as well, which wasn't my original plan. I was kind of trying to lean more towards reds, neutrals, and like dark purples, like burgundies and stuff. But I added that little green, I don't even know, I guess it's a chaise lounge from the Vampires pack. So I added that green one in here and I was like, oh, it looks really cute. And then I found that the cottage living wallpaper actually matches with it really nicely, along with like the style of the house and the furnishings I was using. So yeah, that was the living room. Turned out really cute. And then, of course, using some of my favorite style of countertops for these older homes, the Vampires countertops in this like green swatch. I so wish they added more swatches to these counters. We have 3 swatches for this whole counter set, and they're so pretty. I don't understand why they didn't add more than those. They added this little green swatch that I used. They have the plain black and white counters, and then they have like these cherry wood colored counters and cabinets. I just feel like for them to be included in a whole Vampires game pack, there should have been a few more swatches on the counters, especially because with Dream Home Decorator being a game pack, we got 2 whole counter sets with like a million different swatches. And I would so love for these counters to be some of the swatches that we got with the other Vampires furniture, like that china cabinet that I put down. That red swatch is so pretty, and I wish that they would have created it for these cabinets because it would have looked so nice and would have matched so well. You guys know I love using these cabinets, especially for like my Victorian fancy looking builds. And most of the time I will use them in this green swatch because it's the only one that I find that looks nice, especially when I want to have some color in my builds and I don't just want to do black and white. But yeah, that's my take on them. I love them. I love the style of them, but I just wish we had more colors. So now we're moving on to the upstairs. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. I ended up doing red wallpaper in the kids' bedroom. And then I ended up doing the green wallpaper in the parents' bedroom because I just kind of wanted to use a little bit of that green again. And I was using the vampires wallpaper for, I think, pretty much the entire house, except for the kitchen tile and the bathroom tile. I used Parenthood tile for the kitchen and then Realm of Magic tile for the bathroom. So in this pack, I believe I used Vampires, Realm of Magic, Strangerville, Parenthood. I used a little bit of Cats and Dogs and Discover University for some of the decorations, and then I think that's it for the most part. I don't think I really, well, I guess I used some Seasons for like the decorations outside on the porch, which I didn't film, but they're in the screenshots. And that poster's from Get Famous. So I used quite a bit from a few different packs, but I don't believe I used everything from every pack. Oh, and I used Paranormal. Well, anyway, a lot of the like spooky, more like fantasy style packs were what I was using in this build, just because it all kind of fits together. So my recommendation is, if you're a big fan of Halloween and like Victorian style houses and like Gothic houses with like a little bit of farmhouse, a little bit of like fancy in there, I would say that the packs that you would enjoy the most would definitely be Vampires, Realm of Magic, Strangerville, and I would say definitely get the Paranormal pack, and I already said Strangerville. I think that's all of them. Yeah, so those are like your top packs if you're really into this kind of a vibe, especially if you like playing with like vampires and witches and stuff like that. So that would definitely be your top picks. And then cottage living would probably be like a maybe to add on to that list, if you like that cottage core, like spooky farmhouse kind of vibe, or just like adding in some like farmhouse style stuff, then I'd say get cottage living as well. But that's my recommendation if you really enjoy those types of houses. I, for one, am a fan of literally everything, so that's why I have every single pack that I can own. I like having a little bit of everything to be able to choose from, and especially when I download CC for some of my builds, I feel like it definitely gives me a lot more creativity, a lot more objects that I can use to make my builds look nice, especially when we don't have that much in the game that's like relative to the stuff that I would personally buy. So now we're just doing some finishing touches on the inside of the house, adding some paintings and some plants around the place. So I will let you guys enjoy the rest of this video. The screenshots are coming up here soon. I hope you all enjoyed, and once again, I hope you all had a very happy Halloween and spooky season. And if you guys like the video, give it a little like, and if you want to see more speed builds or some more spooky type gameplay, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. It's free, and you can unsubscribe whenever you want. So thank you all for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful morning or evening, and I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.